Hello YouTube, Surprise13 here, and this video is going to be large. And when I say large, I mean it. This is a very big video project. Now this video is a very big finite security speculation video. So basically what I'm going to be doing is going to be putting speculation on multiple things. Some things might be confusing, so I'm going to try my best to explain it, but I've made pictures to help me and you as we go along. So without further ado, let's get into the first topic. So the first topic, topic 1, is the year it takes place in. So I have noticed that for Fires of Candies 1 and 2, there's been a sort of a pattern. Even though it's only 1 and 2, there seems to be a weird sort of pattern. Even though we don't know when the third game takes place in, I think I might know. So as you can see in this picture, there's candy from the first game and there's candy from the second game. And as we know, the first game takes place in 1987, and then the second game takes place in 2007 because of the newspapers we see. It's hard to see, but you can actually see it, 2007. And 1987 to 2007 is exactly 20 years apart. Now this seems to be a weird transition in my opinion. And the problem is that the third game might follow this pattern. I mean, why else? I mean, there's really no reason for me to not make sense. So I think that the third game possibly takes place in 1967, because 1967 is exactly 20 years before 1987, which is 20 years before 2007. Do you see where I'm getting this from? But there are other reasons why I think the third game takes place in 1967. So let's get to those. So as you can see in this picture, it has part of the Night 5 newspaper, which is that the factory is scheduled for demolition. Now there's a specific section that has a key element to the speculation of why I think the third game will take place in 1967. So the section reads, the factory used to belong to Robotics Corp., a company that went bankrupt shortly after the factory closed. The company was specialized in the design and production of robotic animatronics. They started in 1962, where they made mechanical wire-controlled animatronics, and over the years, the animatronics got more advanced. Now, in that section, there's a specific sort of sentence, and the sentence is that they started in 1962. 1962. So the company started in 1962. And so if they started in 1962 and if Rat and Cat were the original characters, then don't you think it'll make sense for it to be in 1967 that way? If you still don't, or you still partially don't, then there's actually another part which this next picture will be involved in a bunch of other sections, including this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go to the next reason why I think the third game will take place in 1967. So as you can see in this picture, I have some positions of the Secret Night 8-minute game and Fires of Candies 2. Now, I just want to make a point even though it's still the year apart. So we know this is a bit off topic, but we know that this game is the last one because at the end of the Secret Night 8-minute game and Fires of Candies 2, there is a part, you can see it there underneath the first picture, that says to be concluded 3. So it's the final game. It even says it on the page a few more times. Anyways, so another reason why I think the game takes place in 1967. This mini game might not show much, but I said that if Rat and Cat are the original creators, and as you can and as you can see here, it's just Rat and Cat, and there's no one else. And also throughout the mini game, there seems to be the building's pretty small. There's like 1 or 2 rooms. There's no evidence that the other characters like Candy and Cindy and whatnot are there, and the place looks somewhat old-fashioned as well. It doesn't look like it's from the 70s, probably maybe before the 70s. And yeah, so like I said, this picture will be involved in many different topics, including this one. So those right now my evidence, or sort of reasons why I think the third game will take place in 1967. And so now I'm going to move on to the second topic. So let's begin the second topic. So topic 2 is, who are we playing as in the third game? So as I've said twice, maybe 3 times already, that this picture is going to be used multiple times. And the first picture for this topic is the last picture from the previous one. And like I said, topic 2 is, who are we playing as in the third game? Now this time, here's the reference. So as you can see, you know the Night 8 minigame, the secret one finds the candies too. There is the rat and the cat, except they look fixed, except rat ear looks a bit damaged, but I think it's just because we're looking at rat from this angle. Rat and cat seem to be performing, they seem to be used, not withered. And then, as we know, a kid with a green shirt and brown, shorts comes up to Rat, and Rat seems to glitch a lot. And eventually, it looks like Rat is gonna, like, when Rat's arm starts heading towards the head, I think he's like gonna harm it. He like hurt the kid. He hurt the kid. Now I know this is not on topic, but I just want to point something out, is that while Rat is glitching out, the cat seems to be fine. Cat is in the same position the entire minigame. Now back to Rat. So the kid who gets hurt by Rat or something, in the Secret Night 8 minigame, is most likely the one who we're playing as in the third game. And there actually is, towards the beginning of the Friends of Candy 3 trailer, that shows a picture of a kid and probably his brother, either him or the Rat himself. And I'm going to show you that picture in a moment. So as you can see, I have a picture of the part of the Friends of Candy 3 trailer, the beginning portion, where there's a picture of the wall of most likely the kid who we are playing as, and then either his brother or Rat himself. Now, like as you can see on the picture, I have the Night 8 minigame shot again, and there's the kid, and that kid is probably the one in the picture. Although strangely enough, the picture's black and white. Either that, or we can't see the color because it's dark. But yeah, most likely the kid. And then, like you can see on the side, that's either his brother wearing a rat mask, which I'm just saying, not to cause hate or anything. But if that was his brother wearing a mask, that will be pretty much copying Five Nights at Freddy's 4, because as we know in the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 minigame, the one who we're playing as, the child's brother is wearing a Foxy mask. And so if this is this kid's brother wearing a rat mask, it would basically be copying, because it's scaring the brother, both. That's kind of copying. So it's either that brother and with the mask or Rat himself. And just to keep in mind that the Rat here on the picture looks like a mixture of the one that we see in Five Nights at Candy's, the games, like the head, the nose. However, the teeth on the picture look more like the Nightmare Rat's teeth, but except they're more smooth. So I find that a bit confusing. And also his two front teeth are like right attached, and then the Rat we see in the games, his front teeth, top and bottom, are a bit more separated. So I'm not sure what that's about. But anyways, yeah. So this is probably who we're playing as in the third game. And now we're gonna move on to some extra things that are not related to the third game. However, I am still putting it in the video because the last section I have is an extra topic section where it's not related to the third game, but it's still part of the series. So, without further ado, let's head there now. So, the third and final topic for the video is an extra topic section where basically I'll be doing speculation things on things that are not related to the third game too much at all. However, they are related to the Fantasy Candy series itself, so that's why it's in the video. Even though the title is for the third game, I still felt like I should have extra things in it anyways. So, without further ado, let's enter the final topic for this video. Topic 3. Extra topics. Alrighty, so the first extra reference thing for the last topic is the quote-unquote that day. So if you remember, in the Fantasy Candies 1 Night 2 phone call, there is a specific part of it. One of them is about how if the animatronic is experiencing violence towards the guest, it will try to seek out the cause and stop the problem. And then the other part is saying that the animatronics don't do that if the kids are playing Cops and Robbers, but except after that day. Excuse me. Sorry. Anyways, so this sort of portion is about that. So the first portion is, first of all, let's begin. So there's one specific minigame that, in my opinion, has a reference to both of those parts and a few extra things. So this minigame I'm talking about is the third minigame after Night 6. So basically, if you beat Night 6, there's 3 minigames you play. This is the third and final one. So the third and last minigame in Night 6. For the first and third one, let's just talk about the third one. So the third one, we seem to play as Old Candy. However, he is fixed up. He doesn't look broken, and he's actually being used. And he's not in the back room. He's being used. He's fine. So, and then the text that says help. So we follow Shadow Candy to the security office, where we find a crying child on the floor. We go up to him. He looks at us. He gets happy, and he runs from the office. We walk out from the office, and we go to this big room where we see Shadow Candy leading us upward. And when we go up there, we see that same kid we just saw like a moment ago. But that man in the suit seems to be hurting him or something. Loki seems to be crying. And there's Old Candy. And then Old Candy goes up to the guy and seems to kill him. Now, before I finish this section up, let's go back a little bit. Old Candy sees a kid being hurt, aka violence. And what do we hear about violence in the place?
And in case the animatronics is experiencing violence towards a guest, the animatronic will try to seek out the cause and stop it.
So now do you see where I'm getting the first part from? Old Candy is experiencing violence with this child, and he tries to seek out the cause of stopping it by killing the guy, which doesn't necessarily solve the solution, but hey, that's what he did. I know it's not a good thing, but that's what he did. And one more thing before this part of the topic ends. Well, the topic not itself, but this section of it. There's another part of the Night 2 phone call where the call states this.
Doesn't seem to mind it with the children, though. It's weird. If there are children playing Cops and Robbers, and one of them gets shot, the animatronics don't really do anything out of the ordinary. Except after that day.
Sorry about the last part where I slowed it down, but that statement, after that day, that is what this minigame is. This minigame is that day. This minigame, like I said, I'll repeat it again. This minigame is that day. There's a separate part on a different phone call, but I'm not going to put it in here. That says, we kind of had an accident about a month ago. This is that accident. And also, I didn't mention this earlier, but this minigame takes place in 1987. And what year do we play in the first game? 1987. This is actually before. This is actually the same year the first game takes place, but it's before Marilyn Schmidt actually goes to the job. It's actually the month. It's the month. It's the month with the accident happening. So basically, we are experiencing this accident that we were told in the first game. And anyways, let's move on now. Well, looks like this is the end of the video here. I am sorry. I honestly, when I was making this video, I honestly thought it was going to be a lot longer. But still, it's a pretty big project for me. Like, usually when I make these types of videos, you know, where I put stuff together from scratch nearly, those videos are usually a couple minutes long. Usually it's 5, the longest. This is the biggest time I've ever done it. A video like this, where it's over 10 minutes. It's actually near the 20. I think it might be 20. Because of something I'll tell you later. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really tried my best to make this. I really did. I tried very hard. It's not easy making this. It's really not easy. And yep, hope you enjoyed it. And before the video ends, well, 2 things. But first, before the video ends, I want to make some honorable mentions. Thank you to Email Ace Mackel for making the Finds the Candy series. I honestly think it's an awesome series. It's just as good as the Five Nights at Freddy's series. It's really awesome. I am looking forward to the 3rd game, and I really hope whatever you do next will be successful. So thank you for making this series. The series will never be forgotten. And also thanks to all the YouTubers who played it. I really liked the videos as well. I have to thank them for playing it. So I also get to experience it with others. And I suppose that's it. So have a great day. And one last thing before the video ends. I am going to put a somewhat of a show of some things that I feel like are important that will involve FNAF, Friends of Frozen, Five Nights at Candy's. And anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you on the flip side, and enjoy the show. Bye bye!